Black Friday is here and Cyberpunk is just $10. Even at this price though, is it worth it? Well, if you agree to pay now and play later, I actually think it's going to be deal of the century. Welcome back guys, and today I want to talk Cyberpunk and its new low price of $10. Now this only may be available for the next few days for Black Friday. You will find this price currently at GameSpot and Target. Now as we know, Cyberpunk launched as let's be honest, a total shit show of a disaster, full of bugs, glitches, and fundamentally the gameplay elements just didn't work as they should have. But here's the thing, the way Cyberpunk was marketed to people, we were all expecting this to reach new highs on Metacritic. The hype was insane, it was at fever pitch, and many, including myself, thought this game was going to be the one that we'd all dreamed of. A breathing, living city where you had the story and open-endedness of a game like The Witcher. So when it launched and it was maybe a 7 out of 10 or a 6 out of 10, it actually felt worse. It felt like it was a 3 out of 10 in terms of its rating. One thing we now have, of course, is perspective. You see, back when Cyberpunk was released, it was nothing short of bonkers in how bad and shit this was, even being pulled from sale on the PS Store. And yet here we are today, Black Friday 2021, and a new low price of $10. Without question, you'd be foolish if you did not pick this up, if you are willing to wait just a little bit longer to play it. You see, CD Projekt have guaranteed that anyone with a PS4 Xbox copy of the game will get a free upgrade to their next gen version when they patch it in, and that is at the moment still slated for early 2022. And so for that reason alone, I would pull the trigger and put it back on the shelf. Now the footage you see here is on PC and almost at full settings. Now we don't quite know what the next gen game will look like, but Christ, if they can pull off 60 frames per second with just half of the graphical features that you see here, then you have one hell of a game for $10. Now I've played through the PC version, I've had a really good time, and I think for $10 I'm going to offer you an alternative view. Now first of all, it's an absolute looker. Any capable machine will struggle playing this at max settings, and a lot of that comes down to optimizations, yes, and hopefully they're going to continue to get fixed, but also it's due to what they are trying to achieve here. The lighting is nothing short of wow, with ray trace reflections aplenty, and actually the reflections seem to be, it feels like on every surface, and the lighting is without question the star in terms of the graphics. And it all combines to create the look and feel of a city that's lost its way, where marketing and capitalism rule at the expense of its people. There is a clear breakdown in society, and all these little cues you get come from the city itself and its people. And for me, the greatest character of all in Cyberpunk is the city itself. It's absolutely stunning in how real it feels. That is in part down to the level design. It genuinely feels like a real city designed by a real architect. It's not a street like you get in other games that may have a few bridges or tunnels here and there. No, this is an actual city with alleyways, curves in the road, complexes to explore, dead ends, suburban zoning. It truly has the look and feel of a city that's alive. One area that really stands out is actually the thought they put into building this game vertically as much as horizontally, and so you are left with some simply stunning and incredible vistas that few games can match. Style-wise, it's bang on Cyberpunk, so it oozes sex appeal throughout, with the character models and the fashion that's presented. The cars, the guns, they all look and feel good. Now it has its issues, many for example, including your own character that can't dress the same way as other characters you come across. Most of the time, you look like an idiot as you pick items with high stats, but again, it's 10 freaking bucks. And there is a lot of game here. If you take your time and do all the side missions and whatnot, you are easily looking at 50 plus hours here. Now I actually think CD Projekt might surprise us with the next gen update for this game. They are seriously hurting, and their impeccable reputation that they had built up was left in utter tatters from this release. Since then, things have been quiet, and whilst the gaming community has moved on, I can't help but feel CD Projekt haven't. And sadly, CD Projekt is not alone. We've all seen the disastrous launches of Battlefield 2042 and GTA Definitive Edition. Big corporations have got lazy, taken fans for mugs, and so with that, there is now this door of opportunity for CD Projekt that has opened up for them to redeem themselves. Now, I'm not expecting No Man's Sky's reinvention in terms of Cyberpunk. I don't think that's going to be possible, but I do feel we actually are going to be pleasantly surprised. They can't change the fundamentals of the game, such as the story issues. They're always going to exist, but I do feel they may surprise us with what's coming, and for $10, is that not worth a risk? Now, in terms of the story, it's okay. It's not going to win awards. The pacing is off, and above all else, it didn't live up to the whole, create your own story that we were promised. But it's not the worst either. You're going to find plenty of reviews online that didn't feel it live up to expectation, and they're going to be absolutely right. But looking back again today, I feel it's actually not too bad if looked upon as just a linear story that you play as the main character. There is a lot to do in this game, a lot to explore, a lot to find in terms of items and trinkets, and for me, the best stories actually come from the side missions anyway, and what you find along the way. Now please, I'm not excusing what this game launched as or what it still is today. I'm imploring you to put some perspective here. That perspective is a $10 risk that once patched in, you're going to be able to explore a wonderful city with Keanu Reeves, with decent gunplay mechanics, and hopefully all those key bugs fixed. I feel we may get surprised by CD Projekt here, and whilst it's not ever going to be a 10/10 game that it should have been, it is an absolute steal at this price. Happy Thanksgiving all, and speak to you soon.